My name is Ruth and I am a director at Deeds and Words. We talk about collective leadership a lot with our clients, and people use different words for it, but collective leadership really embodies the idea that you need both hierarchical, horizontal and vertical ways of working in order to make an organisation work.
I'm Caroline, one of the directors of Deeds and Words. Collective leadership, it's called lots of different things, often shared leadership or collaborative leadership. And in some ways, I think collective leadership has always existed. I think in the world of LinkedIn and individual careers, there's been a focus on individual leaders and ideas of individual leadership and leadership development. Actually, what collective leadership gets us back to is a focus on leadership as a process to achieve a purpose.
And there are a couple of really interesting examples of collective leadership in British society. The NHS works very hard to demonstrate collective leadership. In the old days, you'd have the doctor who was in charge and he would make decisions, usually he, about everything. What the NHS now realises is that you need the perspective of the auxiliary nurse, the matron, the person who's planned the bed rotation, who's working out the meals, the doctor, the nurse who understands medication. You need all those different perspectives in order to make that ward work. You cannot rely on a simple up and down command and control way of working.
We need leadership teams who are cross-disciplinary, that have different focus on different parts of the organisation, working together to tackle very difficult challenges. Collective leadership is fundamental in complex organisations. Collective leadership is needed where one discipline or one profession isn't going to solve the problems. And that is true for most of the organisations we work with. It's true for most organisations trying to tackle some of the serious social challenges that we all face in the world. And it is why collective leadership requires time and space to enable individuals to engage with.
You need that command and control way of working sometimes. Sometimes people think collective leadership is a bit kumbaya-y, a bit flat, kind of let's all just sit together and try and make a decision and let's not get anywhere. Absolutely not. It is about collaboration. There is always a place for I, there's always a place for individual leaders making decisions, getting stuff done. But also there is an absolute need for there to be a we in leadership. And what we see at Deeds and Words in our work with clients is that collaboration, that working across stovepipes, across geographical locations, across disciplines, across different ways of working, is where the magic happens. What we see in history is that mistakes happen when we are just relying on the I of leadership.
It needs both the theory, but it also needs, quite fundamentally, the practice. Collective leadership requires putting into practice some of the ideas that Deeds and Words can bring to life. What we do with our clients is to do both. We give them both the ideas behind collective leadership and give them structures and mechanisms in order to put those ideas into practice. Often that might be through action learning sets. Certainly it will be about trying to work with leadership groups, leadership communities, to identify live challenges, to work on together, to put into practice the ideas of collective leadership.
One of the best examples I really like on collective leadership is comparing the Avengers with the DC Comics superheroes. If you think about Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, they are absolutely heroic leaders. What you see in the Avengers is a collection of different heroes with different egos, different ways of working, different approaches, having to work together. They don't always get on, they absolutely have their heroic leadership moments, but in the Avengers and Marvel universe, you tend to always need collaboration between different superheroes. It's not the most academic of examples, but it's one of the things that brings collective leadership to life for me.
If you think some of these ideas might be interesting to you and your team, do get in touch. We'd love to talk to you more about it.